Thank you for tuning into the beautiful channel. How to maintain the stability of delivering power to the movement's escapement has been a long-existing problem for mechanical watchmaking. When the mainspring is fully wound, the power transmitted via the gear train to keep the escapement ticking is strong. But once the mainspring is almost run down, the torque will be weak. When the regulating organ needs to run under such fluctuating energy levels, the precision of a timepiece will be lowered. Furthermore, it is difficult to regulate the watch to a specific level of torque, and it results in varying chronometric rates. Ideally, the torque to power the escapement is stable, with constant force flowing through the gear train to the escapement, regardless of the mainspring's state of wind. Only a handful of watch manufacturers dare to propose a solution for this age-old problem of mechanical timepieces. Today, we will talk about the Fuseé Chain Transmission System. The mechanism itself is believed first invented by Leonardo da Vinci in the 15th century. Fusees are applied to watchmaking since the 16th century. It is a more or less conical part with spiral grooves for guts and after circa 1640 chain which connects to the barrel. It regulates the power transferred to the gears. Manufacturer sohne, established in Glashütte in 1845, was the first to adopt the Fuseé Chain Transmission System into wristwatches. The rebirth of sohne in 1990 coincided with the watch world's mechanical renaissance, an era that brought traditional wristwatches into a golden age of high mechanical complications. In 1994, sohne introduced the first wristwatch ever outfitted with the Fuseé Chain system, the tourbillon polymer. Not seen since the age of pocket watches and the marine chronometers. The industry's interest in the Fusay was reignited by this groundbreaking timepiece, which is one of the most historically important modern wristwatches. The Fuseé Chain transmission obeys the principle of levers. The Fusay is shaped like a cone with a helical groove cut into its lateral surface. With full power, the mainspring barrel tugs at the top of the cone, which means it's the shorter lever. As the spring loses energy, the chain reels off towards the border part of the cone, and the radius grows, the lever becomes longer. The Fuseé Chain transmission works like an infinitely variable gearbox. It equalizes the waning force of the mainspring and makes sure that the movement always receives a constant amount of energy. This keeps the watch running at an exact rate. When the watch is fully wound, the chain is completely wrapped around the Fusay. As the spring relaxes, the entire barrel rotates and winds up the chain. In doing so, it turns the Fusay, which transfers the torque to the going train via the drive wheel. To guarantee that the watch continues to run even while it's being wound, the Fusay accommodates a tiny planetary gear system. It assures that the power transmission is not interrupted during the winding process, even though the Fusay then rotates against the unwind direction. Breguet, founded in 1775 by the multiple patent inventor, father of watchmaking, Abraham Louis Breguet, is another watch manufacturer that demonstrates the skills of making the Fuseé Chain Transmission System. In 2022, the new tradition 7047 tourbillon watts, the harmony of aesthetics and high complication watchmaking. To mark the date of creation of the tourbillon by Abraham Louis Breguet, the brand unveils its latest model from the Tradition collection. A timepiece featuring strong colors highlighting what has remained from past to present, one of the most fascinating horological complications of all times. The Fuseé Chain tourbillon mechanism appears sparkled with the touches of blue. Various treatments have been used on all components in order to achieve visual uniformity. The tourbillon carriage and the dial are covered with blue coatings, while the chain links are thermally blued. Resolutely contemporary while displaying the house's emblematic codes. The new Tourbillon 7047 picks up the signatures from the manufacturer brigade, namely Clou de Paris, guilloche pattern on the off-center gold dial. The traditional Roman numerals and the open-tipped hands, like the watches, inspired it. Its dial is secured by 3 screws. At the heart of its 41mm platinum case beats caliber 569, a rhodium-plated hand-wound movement housing 542 components. It is equipped with an inverted inline lever escapement featuring horns made of silicon, as too is the brigade balance spring. This material has many properties, since in addition to being resistant to corrosion and wear, it is insensitive to the influence of magnetic fields and improves the chronometry of the timepiece. Finally, the balance of the traditional Tourbillon 7047 oscillates at a frequency of 2.5 Hz and has a 50-hour power reserve. Tourbillon 7047 is also available in 18-karat rose gold with black dial and anthracite or rose gold plated movement. Fuseé Chain Transmission System is the oldest constant force solution. Next, we will be talking about some modern constant escapements. Please thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and stay tuned.